I'm FPL and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Now I know I haven't made content in a couple game weeks as I've been pretty busy with my personal life, but I'm happy to be back this week and making content for you guys, and hopefully it's going to be a good video. But yeah, it's been a lot happening in the news lately in the FPL world and footballing world, and as you guys know, it's a triple game week, which is crazy. You've heard that right, a triple game week. So in this video we're going to talk about my points in game week 34, we're going to go through my team and my transfer plans in game week 35 and the next coming game weeks. We're going to look at a potential free hit draft and players I would like to target in this game week 35 free hit for those that are using the chip. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the video, please smash the like on the video. It greatly helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new and enjoy the content. And yeah, of course, let's get into the video and let's get into my points for game week 34. So in game week 34, this is probably a bad week to come back. One of my worst weeks in many game weeks, probably this year. It's probably my worst game week. Got an overall rank of a small red arrow of about 1,000 places to 40k. Still kind of maintaining that good rank, but hoping to push on into the 20s, 20ks, 30ks, and stuff like that. But yeah, 39 points. Didn't even field the full 11 actually. I had 3 players missing, so fielded 8 players in total. And most of my points came from 2 players in Son and Mendy. But yeah, average was 39. I got right on the average. Poor game week rank. Didn't take any hits though, which kind of helped. But yeah, this is kind of the team. We had Mendy with a clean sheet and a save point against, who was it? I don't remember. It was Fulham. And we had Son with 2 goals, a goal and an assist against Sheffield United. And then, other than that, Iheanacho with an assist and Veltman with a nice clean sheet to come in for holding. And yeah, as you guys know, there was protests in the Old Trafford Stadium before the United-Liverpool game that was supposed to go on Sunday, and that game got cancelled, and I had 4 players in that game with Shaw, Greenwood, Jota, and Salah, so all those guys didn't play. Azpilicueta got rested against Fulham for the Champions League game like they had against Real Madrid yesterday, and Rob Holding did not play due to David Luiz coming back. So yeah, pretty horrible game week, but we're going to kind of move on from that, and hopefully I can keep pushing on in the ranks, and hopefully get a little higher up into, like I said, the 20ks or the 30ks. And yeah, pretty dire game week, but that was the team. I just managed to escape with a tiny red arrow, which I'm happy about. It wasn't huge. So yeah, the transfer worked out as a 1 week thing with going Bruno to Son. Son got me 12 points, so I was quite happy with that move. Now, let's go to my team for this week. And as you guys know, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's going to be a triple game week this week for Manchester United, which means they will have 3 games. Now, this is a very unprecedented circumstance. I think the last time this happened was like 10 years ago, so these triple game weeks don't come around very often at all. And I have a feeling that this triple game week is sort of like the punishment that the PL gave United for getting that game cancelled, because that United game versus Liverpool is an important game that had to happen, and there was a lot more rescheduling, and now there's more fixture congestion and stuff like that. So these games happen in a span of only 2 days rest between each game, which is crazy. And I don't know which, if any, Man United players will be able to play all 3, as this is just very tough on any human being to have this much of physical exercise, exertion, 90-minute games in such a short time span. But yeah, as of right now, I have 2 Man United players. Took out Bruno last week, and it's going to be a double game week for the likes of Arsenal, Leicester, Chelsea, and Liverpool. So I already have a lot of these players, which is kind of nice. Other than Son and Kane, so far every player in this team is a double game week, and I have 1 free transfer that I'm looking to use. But yeah, let's go through the team a little bit. So we have Mendy and Azpilicueta against Man City and Arsenal. 2 kind of tougher fixtures, but Chelsea are just on a roll lately, on fire, coming off that win against Real Madrid and moving to the Champions League final. Chelsea are full of confidence. Mendy's been playing very well, and Azpi may get rested in one of these games, which worries me a little bit. Fofana against Newcastle and United. Now Leicester is a little bit suspect defensively, and I have a feeling they'll concede in at least one of these, if not both games. And Fofana's early substitutions kind of have bothered me. I can't say he was a mistake in getting him, as it made sense at the time, but in hindsight, maybe I could have saved the transfer and used it better in later game weeks like this week or next game week where I need it more. But yeah, as you guys can see, he got subbed off in the 60th minute here and at halftime on here, which is quite frustrating. But it is what it is, and I think it's because Rodgers is subbing him off because he's young and he's also fasting because it's Ramadan season, so maybe that's affecting him. And maybe in the Southampton game, I think Leicester needed a formation change, and he was just the one to go off. So, yeah, a little bit worried, but he's still differential for me. And if he can come in with some points this week, that'd be kind of nice. Of course, we have the two United guys, Shaw and Greenwood. I don't think these guys will play both games. Shaw coming off early at halftime in the Roma game today is a little bit more encouraging, and hopefully he gets the easiest Aston Villa game. And also Greenwood, I think he played the whole game, but I don't really know what to think of Greenwood. I think he's young, and I think Ola is still playing him as he's in good form, but I definitely don't think he'll get all 3 games as well. Holding is a little suspect too with the whole David Luiz thing. Now, David Luiz wasn't even in the squad today after Arteta said he trained in training fully, which is kind of weird, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with Holding. I may just hope for the best and play him, or I might play Lingard. That's kind of one of my debates I'm having. Liverpool guys, Salah and Jota, I'm happy to have. Southampton could be a big game for them. And United, you never know what could happen in those big games. Son and Kane against Leeds at the moment, I have them both. And Leeds is kind of still a decent fixture, especially if Phillips is out. Because if Phillips is out, Leeds, even though they have tightened up defensively in the past few game weeks, are a lot worse and a lot more open without Phillips. So these guys could still run wild. And then Iheanacho, who's the current captain, but this is not final. Iheanacho, Newcastle and Man United in the form that he's in. I love that Newcastle fixture for him, and even against United, I think he could do some damage. And then on the bench, we have Forster, who is kind of interesting because I could play Forster over Mendy, but Hasenhüttl has kind of been really weird about his goalkeepers, and he said something in a press conference yesterday or 2 days ago that they'll rotate every 2 games, and I kind of need Forster for more for blank game week 36, and I don't want to play him and risk him in case he plays only one of these games. And Hasenhüttl kind of like misleads us with this like goalie rotation, so if Forster only plays Liverpool and then gets the easier fixture off, that would be kind of detrimental. Then Lingard, Veltman, and Vidra all have decent fixtures, but single game weeks, so as of right now, they're on the bench. Now, let's go to my transfer plans for game week 35. Now, with this announcement of the triple game week and all this stuff, I kind of may be forced into taking a hit or two in the next coming game weeks. And as you guys know, maybe this season, if you followed my videos and my team, I kind of haven't been taking that many hits this season compared to last season, and I've been playing pretty conservatively. So maybe even though during the end of the season it's a bad time to take hits, I feel like it may be justified with my team and the moves I'm about to show you guys. So the main moves I'm considering are obviously I don't have Bruno Fernandes as the main hole, and with a triple game week, even though he played most of the game today against Roma, and even though he probably will not play all 3 games, I still think that it's a triple game week first of all, and you got to have fun with this game. I want triple game week players in my team as it's fun, and I think that even though they may not all play, those United guys may not play every game, I still think that their expected minutes is a lot higher than many of the other double game week players just because they have that 3rd game. There's always possibility they could come on. So at the moment, my 2 free transfers are, or not 2 free transfers, I'd be taking a -4 hit for Son and Azpilicueta out to get in Bruno Fernandes, who has 3 games this week, and Alexander Arnold, who I think is a must for me to get. Now, there's a couple reasons why I think this hit is worth it. First of all, it gives me more fixtures this week. It gives me 5 fixtures this week versus 3. And I think that even though Son can do well against Leeds and Azpi is part of that great Chelsea defense, like I said, Azpi could get arrested for the Champions League as he's getting older now. He can't play every game like that. Could easily play Reece James against Arsenal or something like that. And also Trent, I just need to get for the rest of the season. He's getting highly owned, and with these fixtures, I just don't want to miss out on his potential returns. I still think he can get a big haul towards the end of the season. And as you guys can see, I have exact funds for this. And I think Trent, he would be a season keeper. And I guess Fernandes, now that I'd be getting him back, it's pretty much now or never if I want him back. But for this triple game week, he's the highest scoring player in the game. It's not too many opportunities you get in this game to do something like that. So I think that this would be my move for this week. Now, other moves I have been considering are just to do the one move and not take a hit. So for example, I could do the Son to Bruno, or I could do Aspi to Trent, and maybe even look at Lucas Digne, who I've been looking at. So next week, if I want to do something like that, then next week I could do someone like Greenwood could look at Rafinha, who if he's fit, I think that Rafinha is going to be a very good option for Leeds. Leeds have some nice fixtures to end the season, Burnley, Southampton, and West Brom. And I think that this is good for Rafinha, and I also want to get rid of Fofana because as you guys can see, his fixtures turned really sour after this double game week with Chelsea, Tottenham, and the blank. So he'd be gone, and presumably it'd be for someone like Digne or Stuart Dallas. So if we put Digne in here, he's got Sheffield United and he's got Wolves, and then you can bench him for Man City or sell him in the last game week. And then Stuart Dallas, like I was mentioning with Rafinha, Stuart Dallas has nice end to the season, and if he's playing in that midfield role, that's really nice. So yeah, these are kind of my moves, kind of my plans for the next coming game weeks. In this week, it's most likely going to be Son and Azpilicueta out to Bruno and Trent. I may have to even do that tonight as I have exact funds in case one of them goes up and the price rises. But yeah, that's kind of how my team's looking. And I also wanted to go over, before I go over captaincy, I wanted to go over a little bit of the free hit draft that I came up with. So if you guys are looking still in this video, I think that these are some of the players that I think you guys should target for your free hit. So this is one potential draft that I have. It has Guaita and Zaha from Crystal Palace. Sheffield United and Southampton are great double game week fixtures. And even though Crystal Palace are suspect defensively, I believe that clean sheets are possible here, and Zaha, if he's fully fit, is a really good option. We then have Triple United and Triple Liverpool. I like Salah, or not even Triple Liverpool. We have Salah and Robertson, and Alexander-Arnold as the Triple Liverpool defense. And then we have Maguire, Fernandes, and Greenwood as the Triple United. Now, these are the three I would probably pick. I think that Greenwood's upside is just really high. You could even put Rashford here and switch someone around like Robertson and downgrade. And then I like Maguire as I still think that he's most nailed on to play. He hasn't missed any minutes this season, and he's kind of the glue to their defense. They don't play well without him, kind of like Fernandes. And I think that he's just has, if you want a couple clean sheets and maybe even the occasional goal, he is quite threatening with corners and stuff like that. I think that Maguire is the defender to have. And then Fernandes, I just don't think that you can pass him up if you're on a free hit. And then the forward line, all double game weekers as well, with Calvert-Lewin, Iheanacho, and Watkins. I like Calvert-Lewin in this fixture. He's got West Ham and Aston Villa, and he's been doing pretty well lately. He's kind of been getting back to where he was earlier in the season. And Digne, of course, with his assist potential, set pieces, and stuff like that. I like Digne a lot. And I kind of wish I could get him myself this week, but unfortunately I just have too many other things I need to take care of in my own team. But yeah, Iheanacho, like I said, and Watkins are both quite good. I like Watkins because his expected minutes are pretty high. And yeah, United and Everton are pretty decent fixtures still. I think especially in that Everton game he could do well. And yeah, that's kind of the free hit kind of players to target or draft I would go with. And if we go back to captaincy real quick to end the video, I think you got to captain someone like Fernandes, Iheanacho, or Salah, or Trent Alexander-Arnold. Those are my probably top four. And yeah, that's pretty much going to end the video, guys. Glad to be back with the content. If you guys enjoyed the video and you made it this far, drop a like and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about your team, what your transfer plans are, and what I think of them, I'll happily be answering all of your questions in the comments. And yeah, it's Adam FPL. I'll see you on the other side of the game week and in the next video.